Hi everybody and welcome back to the Duggan Daily Dish. I've decided to restart it. I know I've been not doing it for a while, but I got busy. Now that it's quarantine life, I've got plenty of time, and all I'm doing is cooking. A lot of people have asked me how I'm doing this with the PCOS friendly diet, because people don't believe that we're actually eating delicious food. So I decided I would share some of the meals I'm making. So today I'm actually making stuffed red bell peppers. I like the red bell peppers. They're a little bit sweeter than the green ones. And it's a simple, quick, and easy meal. It does take time in the oven, 40 minutes in the oven, but other than that, I kind of like it, especially on a weekend or a weeknight, any time of the day, any time of the night, any day of the week, because it is simple. And if I need to stick it in the oven, that gives me 40 minutes to do something around the house. So I'm going to go through the ingredients and then I'll show you how we cook it. Okay, so I thought I'd share the ingredients here first. So we've got 1/4 teaspoon of the garlic powder in a bowl. I did not have a smaller bowl, so ignore how small that is in the thing. You can use more garlic powder. Usually I use a lot of garlic, but with this you really don't need to. I like to taste more of the sweetness than the garlic. I've got 2 bell peppers cut in half and de-seeded. That's what we'll stuff here. And then I also, for the top part of the peppers, I never want to waste that, so I cut that and I put that into a little bowl, and we'll add that inside of the red bell pepper, so that'll give us a little bit more pepper. I have a small onion diced up here, and I have about I'd say 1 ounce of mushrooms here. I did the whole container. I didn't do the whole container, I just took out a handful, so I'd say about 1 ounce. And then I've got about 5 ounces of baby spinach, and yes, you will need that much. It shrinks down if you don't remember when it's heated. And then this is diced tomatoes out of the can. They are a lot easier sometimes than, dicing up tomatoes, and with how spare things are vegetable-wise, sometimes it's easier to just go ahead and do this. So this is what I have on hand, and I need to use the can a couple of times this week, so I won't be having the can go to waste. And then, of course, we got the ground beef, so it's a pound of ground beef there. So let's get cooking. Okay, so the first thing I do, I'm gonna put on the oven for 350. And then I like to heat up my pan a little bit before I put the oil in. So you want a generous amount of olive oil or coconut oil, whatever you're going to use. I like using the olive oil. I found out I'm allergic to coconut oil, so I can't use it. And that has a light flavor. Doesn't make things very high in flavor. And then we are going to throw in our onions. And that was perfect timing. Where's my... Okay, so we have our onions in the pan. And then we are going to also, at the same time, throw in our ground beef. Okay, so ground beef and onions go in. And we're going to cook the onions for about 4 minutes, just to get some caramelization going on and get the beef starting to cook. So I'll be back after that. Okay, so our meat is browning beautifully. So we are gonna go ahead and add in our mushrooms and our red peppers, the lids as I call them from the red pepper, and then our tomatoes. And I don't think I mentioned, I talked about using the can a couple of times this week, but I didn't mention it's about 1 ounce of tomatoes. So diced tomatoes, so you can cut up Romas or whatever you need to. But like I said, I use the can in such a small amount like that. It makes it easier, plus it adds a little bit more juice to the base. So we will cook this for 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so we've got the peppers and mushrooms and the onions and the tomatoes in there. Now we're going to throw in the garlic powder. and the spinach. I did forget to mention, I also like to add a little tomato sauce on top, just to add some more sauce. I'm a big sauce person, so I did not take pictures of that, and I apologize, but we're gonna wilt this down and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so our spinach has wilted down, excuse me, beautifully, so now it is time to fill our peppers. Okay, so as you can see here, I've stuffed each of the peppers, and as you can see, there's plenty of meat mixture left, and you're probably thinking, okay, Jimmy, what are you gonna do with that? What I'll do is, I'm gonna be adding tomato sauce to the top of these, and whatever's left in this jar, which we used some of this for the spaghetti squash we had the other night, I will put into that pan, and then I'll have it as leftovers for just the meat and vegetables, just no peppers. That's why I like to put the cut the tops off of the peppers and put them in the filling, because then I use that as part of my leftover meals. So, and then all I do is add just a little bit of sauce on top. This is kind of hard to do as I'm not watching the camera, so I apologize. This one is going to be tough because you're not laying straight. And I always like to put, yeah, you're going to fall right off. I always like to put aluminum foil because it can get messy. That one just is not going to lay right like that. So all we're going to do is stick these in the oven for 40 minutes at 350, and then I'll be back to show you the finished product. Alright, that, my friends, is the final product. And then what I usually like to do is I like to add on some nutritional yeast, because I'm not supposed to be eating dairy. So I always throw that on there, and this gives it like a cheesy flavor. And it's good. So, enjoy! I hope you try it out and you like it. See you later.